Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a closer look at the Fall Schmincke palette. They release this palette every year around fall time. And this watercolor palette contains the Academy watercolors. So this is the print for this year. I like this design. It looks like very bright and vibrant. And here are the watercolors. Last year they released this palette containing all of the Academy watercolors. And this year it's these 12. So I thought instead of swatching these watercolors, I want to organize my Schmincke watercolor palettes, or the palettes that are rectangle. I don't know if I can fit it on screen. Oh yes, I can. I think I can fit them all on screen. Let's see. So, this is my rectangle. So here are my rectangle Schmincke watercolor palette collection. This palette contains my main watercolors. And I still have to redo this swatch card. But this is from the Horadam line. This palette contains the super granulating watercolors. And these 5 are the urban set, which isn't included in the swatch card. This one contains the complete collection of the Academy watercolors, which I should use more often, because they are pretty nice watercolors. And this one doesn't even contain a Schmincke watercolors. It contains Michael Harding watercolors. So and this one is of course the newest and latest edition. And I also have this tiny palette, which contains more of the Schmincke super granulating watercolors. So I wanna put these watercolors in a rectangle palette, and I just don't know which one. These two are gonna remain the same, so they're gonna stay how they are. I think I want to keep having all of the Academy watercolors in this palette. Let me move these aside. So I wanted to have, I'm going to move this one to the center, because this one is going to contain the super granulating watercolors. But I don't know if I want to turn this in a part 2 or switch the Michael Harding watercolors to this palette, because I like think I'm gonna turn this one in a super granulating palette part 2. Maybe Schmincke needs to come out with a print that kind of looks like granulating watercolors. That would be really cool, because this has a very watercolory effect with the hard edges and blooming effect, which I quite like. And this one also has like some of the texture, but it looks more like solid colors. I think I'm gonna move the Michael Harding colors over to this palette, because these colors are a lot more vibrant and punchy, and I consider Michael Harding watercolors to be that way. So even though this is a Schmincke palette, but it doesn't matter. So we're gonna move these around. I'm gonna so I think this is quite fitting when it comes to color palettes. Now I should clean this palette up, but we're gonna first move the colors to the new palette. We're gonna start with the, so I have the Glacier set. The Deep Sea set. And this is an accidental mixture of Deep Sea Indigo and Deep Sea Black. It's a lovely color. Then I have a few individual tubes, like the Tundra Orange, Tundra Green, Galaxy Brown, and Forest Olive. And I'm just gonna move the Academy watercolors to this palette. So here are the Academy watercolors. And I also want to add the Urban colors to this palette. So here are all of the super granulating watercolors that I own. So now this swatch card is accurate again, or this is like the right swatch card for this palette again. I need to make a new one for this one and clean this palette. I always let the watercolors that I mix just sit on the palette, because I might reuse it or mix another color on top. So this was like a short and quick video showcasing the annual Schmincke watercolor palette or the Academy palette that they tend to come out in the fall with different print on top. What do you think of this year's edition? And if you had a chance to design your own color mix, splashes, which color combination would you pick? Personally, I would like to see a year with earthy granulating watercolors. That would be really cool to see, maybe with a dash of Borders pink. You know what? The super granulating watercolors, if that was the inspiration of the metal tin. But I guess maybe because these are meant to be Academy watercolors, that they don't put granulating texture on top. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye!